Hi, welcome. My name is Vanessa, and we're going to do a little bit of yoga for the feet. It'll be a quick video, just a few things to get into the fascia tissue, the fascia layer of our feet, and hopefully get them feeling better. They're really important part of our body, and we use them to walk on all day, every day, but we tend to neglect them as far as self-care, right? It's a pretty common thing. So let's just get started simply with taking half lotus if you can, if not just to place your foot out in front of you. And just to simply take your right thumb to your right foot and then press as deeply as you'd like. Just making small, steady strokes up your foot. And then you'll start to notice that there's like places within your foot that might feel really tender or sore, and you can kind of spend a little bit more time in that area. Also, there's the tennis ball method that works really great. If you place a tennis ball underneath your foot, especially the arch area, and then put some pressure. Some people can stand up, or sitting would work too, and kind of just roll it around underneath your foot. Would feel really good. Now remember to make this yoga to practice being aware and present. So just take a few breaths as you rub your own foot to get centered, grounded, here and now. Very nice. Let's switch over to the other foot. And just slide your right foot back and then your left foot on top. And take your left thumb and notice how this foot might feel completely different. Or maybe you have some of the same tender areas of the foot depending on the pattern of your walk, or if you're a runner, just any type of exercise will affect your feet in different ways, even the shoes that you're wearing. And women often wear pretty uncomfortable heels, and as you'll see, I'm using both of my hands here on the arch of my foot. Take another round of breath just to really be present with what's going on. Take a few deep breaths into your belly. Nice. When you're done with that side, just go ahead and make your way to hands and knees. Nice and easy tabletop position. You can take a couple cat-cows here just to flex and arch through your spine. So inhale, lift your tailbone, the crown of your head up, shoulders squeeze together, chest lifts forward and up. Exhale, round through your spine, draw your chin to your chest, pull your shoulder blades from one another, tailbone down. Take a couple more just like that. Inhale, exhale. Our next stop will be child's pose, so come to a neutral spine. Bring your big toes to touch, knees wide. Exhale, just sit back, reach your hands forward, head down towards the mat. Take a few breaths just to settle in here. Notice and observe. Bring your attention back to the present moment every time it wanders. From here, begin to sit up onto your heels so that you're sitting, your glutes are sitting right on your heels. Now this can be pretty intense as you open up the front of your ankle and foot. So just sit here, notice where you're at. Just place your hands on your knees. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale, lift your hips up just enough to tuck your toes and press your hips back. Now, depending on where you're at, you may start to feel some tension before you sit up onto your heels, which is fine. You can stay right there and breathe, or begin to place your weight onto your heels as your toes are tucked under. Now, most people can't stay here very long, and that is fine. Just bring your hands to the center of your chest. See if we can go at least a full minute. I'll even set my timer here. Notice the sensation. Start to get fiery really quickly. See if you can stay calm and present as the sensation rises. Now, if you don't stay the full minute, that is fine. Just untuck your toes and sit back on your heels when you're ready. Maybe even come back into the posture for a few more breaths. You'll notice the more and more you practice it, the longer you can stay. We're stretching the arch of our feet here. That's a minute. So untuck your toes and then sit back. From here, walk your hands back behind you a little bit. Bend your elbows and then lift your knees up. This doesn't have to be a big movement, just come till you can feel it. Stretching, opening up the front of your feet. A few more deep breaths. Inhale, just lift yourself up, and then exhale, let's go to downward facing dog. Press your fingertips down into the mat, tuck your toes, lift your hips, your knees up and back. Now walk out your feet here, just sway your hips side to side. And then settle your heels down towards the mat. And then press to the outside of your feet. Just kind of roll your ankles to the outside and then notice what you have to notice just by that tiny little movement adjustment. Roll back down through center and then press the pinky toe side of your foot down and then notice anything there. Sometimes as I'm in downward facing dog, it's just nice to kind of roll back and forth from my pinky toe side to my big toe side. Just to kind of stretch and get into places I don't normally. Come back through center. As you inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, press your chest towards your knees. Exhale. Legs straight, heels down. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, roll onto your toes, knees forward, push your chest back towards your knees. Exhale, back. One more time. Inhale, and exhale. And inhale, roll forward to the top of a push-up. Then gently put your knees down and sit back into child's pose. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend your right leg back behind you. Exhale, place your ankle, your right ankle on top of your left. Walk your hands back a little bit. Press your hips up. You can roll onto your toes a little bit and back. Just getting into different places that you can feel in your foot. And inhale, walk your hands forward a little bit and lift your right leg up. Exhale, release. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, cross your ankles. This time, left over right. Walk your hands back a little bit. Lift your hips. Press into your toes. Lower your heels. And rock from side to side. Next, inhale, walk your hands forward and lift your left leg. Exhale, place your left foot down. Walk your hands, your feet to your hands and come take a seat. And that is our quick little yoga for your feet. Hopefully you feel like you're gaining a little bit more mobility, and just even rubbing your feet, giving your feet some attention just while you're watching TV, or have a moment in the office to take your shoes off and roll out on a tennis ball. You'll just notice really quickly some more mobility and flexibility in your feet. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Namaste.